Welcome to Whitlock Garage. In this video, we're going to show you how to lower your 67 to 72 C10 bench seat. We're going to lower it down, maybe even slide it back a little bit with some custom brackets from Full Custom Fabrication. Y'all stay tuned and we'll show you what we're working with. 67 to 72 C10s and even all the way back to 63 and 64 through 66 have little room between the legs and the steering wheel, and even if you have a little bit of a midsection between your midsection and the steering wheel. So I'm about 6'1", 210 pounds, you know, got a little extra weight around the midsection. So I think it would be a little more comfortable to have some room with the seat lowered down and maybe even back a little bit. So with the Full Custom Fab new seat brackets, we can lower the seat 2.5 inches and I believe slide it back 1.5 inches. So we're gonna try that today and show you what we're working with. We're back in the garage. We're about to get started pulling the seat on the 68 GMC. Y'all know him as Teddy. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you right here how this looks. So this is the seat in Teddy. See the height of the brackets there. I'm not sure exactly what the height is going to look like of the other brackets and how it exactly lowers the seat down, but we know it does. So let us get the brackets open. We're going to show you what they look like. I got my helper back in the garage with me today. Jacksonian in the house. He's going to be doing a little filming so that we can show you how these go in. Okay, so we got the box. We'll show you exactly what these bad boys look like. Again, these are from Full Custom Fabrication. So, these are them. What looks like nothing too crazy. They're powder coated black. I've actually got the FCF in them. We're gonna cut all this away, obviously. Get these bad boys mounted. And what I've got are the 67 to 72 short brackets. I measured my seat brackets and they give you suggestions online before you buy them. Obviously that's the install instructions. But there's a couple of different, there's like tall brackets and short brackets, so you gotta make sure that you order the right height brackets. So I think it's a difference of like 5 and 7 inches. So there's the Full Custom Fabrication card. Give you a cool decal for the toolbox or the cooler. Pretty pleased with how these look thus far. I mean, they're definitely quality brackets. So we'll show you a little bit more of these in just a second. Okay guys, so I feel like I should cut in right here and let you know we got the wrong brackets from Full Custom Fabrication. So we ordered some new ones. They're there in that box. So we're gonna be taking those, putting those on the seat, and got the right brackets in. So we'll show you what we're working with here in just a minute. Okay guys, so we're gonna get started pulling these bolts right here. So you can see a couple of 1/2 inch bolts. We've got the little box end ratchet end. We're gonna break those open with those, or the trusty old Milwaukee. You'll see I'm a huge fan of Milwaukee. So let's go ahead and get going with this. And one thing you'll probably realize is that I don't have all the bolts in the seat bolted down. It was sort of a temporary mock-up to make sure everything was going to look right. Since we're changing the brackets, it's good that I didn't. A good old 1/2 inch. Let's see if I can do anything with this now. So there's that one. Okay, so we've already got the bolts out on this side. Gonna pull the other bolts out on the other side. Then we'll take the bench seat, put it up on the tailgate, show you how to take these brackets off, which is a fairly easy thing. Then put the new brackets on, we'll show you that installed. Put the seat back in the truck, show you the height difference, and we'll go from there. So what I just realized and remembered is that the passenger door is actually locked and it's stuck. So what happened when we were on our way back from the C10 Club Georgia meet not too long ago, John, my truck partner, actually hit the lock button and the door stuck. So what you're gonna see me do is actually lay across the seat, undo the bolts from the other side, and it should be pretty entertaining. In we go. We're gonna push the seat belts down so they don't pop out. While we're trying to do this, the first things first, when you're gonna put a reupholstered bench seat down on a dirty tailgate, get yourself a blanket. All right. I wouldn't for sure. Let's go ahead and drop this. All right, so we're gonna pull this seat out. Y'all hang tight for just a second. All right, so I think what's happening, okay, so we got the seat out, got it on the tailgate, and we're about to get these brackets off. As you can see, they've got just little 1/2-inch bolts there, 4 on each side it looks like. Same here, but you got the spring to deal with. And instead of trying to pop the spring off, I think I'm actually gonna just take the top part of the bracket off, and hopefully that will relieve some of the stress as I do it. So y'all hang tight. We're gonna put the full custom fabrication brackets on. I think they're gonna work nicely. Okay, there's that one. And as you can see, this seat's got new burlap, new foam, all the trimmings to make for a nice new seat. One down, one to go. These seat brackets are in pretty good shape. There. That's still relatively clean. So what I was saying is that I've had this seat essentially rebuilt. I had the foam rebuilt and a repair on the spring there, as you can see, by Marietta Auto Trim. Those guys always do me right and treat me well. Then I had the seat cover made by Rick's Custom Upholstery up in Columbia, Tennessee. I actually just tore the top of the back getting it out, but had all that done and then assembled it and recovered it myself. which is a pretty rewarding thing. So we're gonna snatch this bracket off and show you a little bit more. Oh, as you can have, tearing the seat apart. Okay, so seat brackets off. Now, let's take a look at the instructions. 6772 installation instructions, remove old brackets, which we've done. We're gonna install the new brackets using the outside set of holes with the flanges facing out and the FCF logo toward the front of the truck. After all bolts have been started, tighten the upper bolts, slide the seat forward or back to the desired position and tighten lower bolts. And you're done. I say enjoy your improved driving position. Second bullet point, install new brackets using the outside set of holes with the flanges facing out and FCF logo toward the front of the truck. So it looks like this one. Not exactly sure how we're supposed to get around these springs. We're gonna have to flip the seat firmly up on its back. As you can see there, it'll fit right up top, but we're gonna have to slide it down in all of that to get it to match up back there. We've just got too much of a gap. So we're gonna lay it up on its back and hope that we can get this sorted out. Y'all stay tuned. All right guys, so we're back at it. We are putting this we got that one in there. I'm concerned I've got the wrong bolts or the wrong brackets. Just goes to show you that you need to measure correctly. Even though I measured incorrectly on the part of the bracket that I was supposed to measure for. We did get that measured correctly and got the right brackets in, so we'll show you what we're working with here in just a minute. So now that we've got the right brackets in, let's open these up and show you what we're looking at. The difference from the ones we had before is really right here. It's much taller, and I think will actually fit on the back of the seat or on the bottom of the seat much better. The ones we had before were a little shorter and just wouldn't quite reach all the way down. So we'll finish getting this opened up. As you can see, it's got a card, a sticker, and directions just like the others had. The full custom fabrication logo there as well. These look great, nicely powder coated just like the others did. So we'll get these unwrapped, get the seat flipped over, and show you what we're working with. Okay, so we got the seat flipped over. As you can see, we're gonna pull the seat bolts out here. And the instructions tell us, even though I don't have these instructions out, from memory, it says use the outer set of holes, which is here and here, and have the slots out, or have the brackets facing out, the logo facing forward. So essentially have it like that, I believe. Let me get this cut open. Actually, this one may be for this side. And it is. So that actually now fits perfectly in the slot it's supposed to. So we're gonna go ahead and get this one bolted down. I'm just using the factory seat bolts that came off the other brackets, or came off the factory seat brackets. So we'll get that mocked up in place. But you can see there that you got plenty of room on the bottom for adjustment. So I think that will really benefit the lowering of the seat and the sliding of the seat back. So we're gonna go ahead and throw the other side on too, at least mocked up. Since we're not using all of the seat bolt brackets, we'll have some left over. So you can see the installation on this side, very straightforward, very easy to install. So naturally, as the seat is tilted right side up, if you looked under the seat, the FCF, it stands for full custom fabrication, will be with the correct orientation. And this goes to show you it always pays to have the right product. And when the manufacturer asks you to measure in a certain way, that you do that, because that's what's made the difference. So we'll get these tightened down real quick. Nice and tight. We got them installed. It's literally just reusing the original seat bolt brackets. You only use 2 of them. These things feel really sturdy. You go to the outside holes. There you can see there's one here. And of course, the one that we're using there with the bracket, the open end of the bracket facing out. You can see that one in there. And then these slots here are to give you adjustment against the back of the cab. So clearly we did the same thing on this side. Got it bolted in there, and apologies for the plane flying over. These are the tools that we used. I just have this little Milwaukee powered wrench, I guess you'll call it. Those are some of the leftover seat bolts, the directions, an extension, 1/2-inch socket there, and a razor knife to cut open the packaging. Really straightforward install. So we'll get the seat flipped over and set back in its rightful home in that hole. First we might ought to clean up the carpet. Now comes the fun part. Now comes the fun part. That's how you get it done by yourself. All right, we're definitely down a lot lower. Seat's back in the truck. It's a lot lower. We definitely got to figure out how to get it reclined back a little bit. As you can see, it actually sits a lot lower. So we don't have it bolted in yet, but I do want to show you how this looks. So if you can see there, that's the front of the bracket, the front bolt for the seat. That killer FCF logo there. And then we get this folded up out of the way and see what we can see in the back. So you can see the back bracket there, and like I said, these are they're slotted. So you can see that has a slot in it. So we're gonna have it all the way toward the back. We're gonna do the same on both sides. Oh, sorry about that. It's really hard to show that back one. Anyway, we're gonna push it as far back as we can on both sides so that we can be as far back toward the cab, back of the cab, as we need to be. Really pleased how this has turned out so far. Like I said, it already looks lower. Even with me in it and the seat not bolted down, I got good head clearance here where I was way up in the top of the cab before. And now you can see this is about my eyesight here. I'm not looking out this top tent strip anymore, which I was before. So this is gonna be a much more pleasurable driving experience. And that's how you lower your seat the right way. Okay guys, that's how you lower your seat the right way. We appreciate you tuning into Whitlock Garage. Thanks to Full Custom Fabrication for making these really awesome brackets. As you can see, they're super quality. They actually do what they say they're gonna do. And while we don't have the seat bolted down yet, we know that's gonna work. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please consider doing so. If you like the video, smash that thumbs up button down below the screen there. And leave us a comment letting us know what you think about the Full Custom Fabrication seat brackets that lower your seat in your C10 2 inches and sets it back 1.5 inches. Let us know in the comments what you think. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll catch you next time on Whitlock Garage.